Welcome into day 68. Today is a workout day, and not just any workout day. It is, in fact, the final workout of week number 10, meaning you will have 2 grow days after this to recover and repair, and then we start week number 11. Crazy to think about it, but we are actually about 2 weeks left in this 12-week trainer. So I know I keep saying it, but it's crunch time. There's that sense of urgency, and I absolutely love it. Let's make the most out of this last workout of week number 10. Since today is a workout day, I'm going to be showing you guys an exercise and breaking it down for you how to get the absolute most out of the exercise. And a body part that I've had a few questions on is how to grow your forearms. So I'm going to cover that in this video. So for those of you who are following along with the 12-week blueprint to muscle, there are 3 different exercises that focus on the forearm laced out through the different workouts. So I'm going to focus on the exercise that I use to build the meat of the inner part of my forearm. So that is this area right here, connecting in to the biceps. So it's a very basic exercise, old school meat and potatoes, but there are a few key points to make sure when you're executing this movement that you're actually working your forearm and not just giving yourself carpal tunnel syndrome. So let's break down that exercise. All right, so the exercise we're going to go over is the dumbbell wrist curl. So this really focuses on the meat and potatoes of the forearms. The main reason why I like to do the dumbbells is it forces each arm to work individually so we don't develop any imbalances and having a stronger side take over and compensate for a weaker side. I also find this a lot easier on the wrist, as with the barbell, it kind of forces your wrists into an over-supinated position sometimes and can put some strain and undue pressure on the actual wrists themselves rather than just focusing on the forearms. But as always, if you have an exercise that you prefer, you can swap and substitute it in. This is my preference as far as training that inner part of the forearm. If you're wondering why I'm not in the gym for this demonstration, it was super busy there today. I guess all the resolutioners were in there remaking their resolution or something. So didn't get the chance to film there, but I can show you guys here just as easily. All you have to do is use your imagination and pretend that this dining room chair is a bench. So this is the exercise that I use. Again, focus as always is on progressive overload, just like any other exercise. As you know, if you're following this trainer, the repetition range is a little bit higher with this because we don't want to be using 60, 70, 80-pound dumbbells, which can put a lot of strain and pressure on the wrist. But the basic execution of this exercise is you're just going to kneel down in front of a bench, just like so, draping your body somewhat across, grabbing whatever weight of dumbbell in the one hand, and you're going to place your elbow on the bench so that your wrist hangs off the end of the bench like so that we're able to use a full range of motion. You're going to start the exercise with the dumbbell gripped firmly in your wrist, and then you're going to allow your wrist to drop down and the dumbbell to actually roll down towards the tips of your fingers. Now this is important. I see a lot of people doing wrist curls and the movement just looks like this. They'll come down to parallel and then flex up. At that point, you're not really getting a full stretch on the forearm and getting maximal benefits there, and you're mostly just using this little portion right by your wrist. And in fact, if this is overdone, you can develop some wrist issues. So use a lighter weight if you need and focus on a full range of motion. Allow that dumbbell to roll down towards the tips of your fingers, then roll it back up into a grip, curl up and squeeze. Roll down, curl up and squeeze. Roll down, curl up and squeeze. Just like that. Once you're done with the one side, we'll switch over and do the same thing on the other. Roll down, curl up and squeeze. And as always, the tempo is nice and controlled. That's the other reason we're using the full range of motion, is it forces you to use a good controlled tempo. When I see people doing the half repetitions, a lot of times they're doing the movement like this. these fast, choppy repetitions. So you can easily knock out 20 in a matter of 15 or 20 seconds doing it like this. Remember, time under tension with the progressive overload is what's going to lead to growth. So go nice and slow, full range of motion, and really milk that time under tension. You can use warm-up sets if you need to warm up your wrist. Typically, the way I do it and the way it is structured in the program is I'll do the wrist curls directly after the bicep exercise, so my wrists are already fairly warm and I can jump straight into the working set. All right, I hope you guys found that video informative and helpful. As always, if you have any questions on that particular exercise, you can let me know in the comment section down below, or if you have a specific muscle group or exercise that you want me to target in a future video, you can let me know there as well, and I will get to it in a future video. That's going to wrap it up for today, so I hope you have a fantastic workout. Crush it. You do have those 2 grow days to look forward to tomorrow and the day after before we start week number 11. So let's finish week number 10 strong, get that progressive overload on, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video.